Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Martin Filbert, Dean of the University of Michigan School of Public Health, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to Hill Auditorium on the University of Michigan Ann Arbor campus to celebrate the graduation of our 75th class, the class of 2016. This is a major anniversary for us, and you will be hearing much more about that later. I'd also like to welcome those of you on our national and global audience who are watching this ceremony through web streaming. Out of courtesy to everyone, please turn off the ringers on your cell phones, pagers, but not on your cardiovascular devices. We are honored to have with us this afternoon the Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Michigan, Dr. Martha Pollack. Dr. Pollack has on many occasions made the statement very much like this one. What I love about our University of Michigan students is that everyone that I talk to wants to make a difference in the world, and every one of them has a good idea about how to do that. We embrace this philosophy intentionally and daily at the University of Michigan School of Public Health, and today our graduating students are living evidence of that. Provost Pollack, it is indeed an honor to welcome you to the podium to address the School of Public Health class of 2016 and to offer greetings on behalf of the university. Provost Pollack.
Thank you, Dean Filbert. I've been told that in public health there are 3 Ps: promote health, prevent disease, and prolong life. But my guess is that today, what's relevant to you graduates are 3 other Ps: pride at all that you've accomplished, pleasure at being able to celebrate those accomplishments with your friends and family, and passion about what lies ahead. So graduates, congratulations. Go out and do us proud. Go out and prevent disease, promote health, and prolong life. And go out and, as I'm told you say around this school, do a world of good. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Martha, both for the greeting and for your ongoing support of the School of Public Health. This day, we celebrate the achievements of every student who has earned a degree at this most distinguished institution. Public health has been part of the University of Michigan curriculum since 1881, and our School of Public Health has been at the forefront of public health education and research since its formal charter in 1941. On the occasion of our 75th anniversary, we remain consistently ranked amongst the top schools of public health in the United States, and now globally. A key reason for our strong reputation is our ability to address complex challenges through innovative interdisciplinary research and training. All our work is focused around our identity and mission. Faculty in all 6 of our departments are conducting cutting-edge research and publishing papers, teaching the next generation of public health leaders, and serving within and across their respective disciplines. This work could not be more relevant to the current and future health of people throughout the world. Just a few recent examples follow. In the Department of Biostatistics, we've recently launched a new initiative called Global StatCore, which provides biostatistics education and support to institutions around the globe, especially in under-resourced countries. In our Environmental Health Sciences department, we are addressing global climate change, the health effects of air pollution, and how controlling exposure to safety risks, such as cumulative noise and environmental toxicants, will contribute to better health outcomes. In the Department of Epidemiology, our faculty are studying transmission of Zika virus and are collaborating with colleagues around the world to expand our knowledge in order to reduce risk for local and global populations. In the Department of Health Behavior and Health Education, we are seeking ways to address health disparities of all kinds, because we know that reducing health disparities elevates the quality of life for millions of people. Researchers in our Department of Health Management and Policy continue to make significant contributions to reducing smoking rates, especially in the US. We are working to continue reducing smoking rates worldwide and to address related factors such as the impact of e-cigarettes. In our Department of Nutritional Sciences, established in 2015, we are studying obesity and chronic disease risks, global hunger and undernutrition, and the interdisciplinary nature of these issues. And in health informatics, we are preparing leaders who will combine information technology and health science to solve complex problems at the level of health systems as well as in individual health outcomes. As a school, we take seriously our responsibility to work with people close to home and around the globe. Collectively, our school community is working alongside colleagues and community partners in Flint, Michigan, to address the water crisis in that city. And we will be there as a durable partner long after the cameras and reporters have moved on to other issues. With support from alumni and corporate partners, we are engaging our students in a robust and rigorous program of entrepreneurship and innovation so that they have the tools to think in new and innovative ways. Students are engaging with our communities through internships, public health practice experiences, and global public health scholar exchanges. Our students are not the only ones innovating, of course. Most recently, our faculty have produced publicly available tools and apps to do things like allow young men to reduce their risk of contracting HIV, help people decide whether they should be screened for lung cancer, help men with prostate cancer determine the potential benefits of radiation therapy, and empower individuals to align their daily activities with their core purpose in life, improving their mental and physical health. Lest you wonder, the innovations fostered by our school are not confined to our buildings, our campus, and our field work. Our 15,000 alumni carry them forward in their lives and careers. Graduates from every department of the School of Public Health hold leadership positions in governmental public health, in healthcare systems, and in private sector companies in every state in the nation, and in 106 countries around the world. SPH graduates, some of them as recent as the class of 2015, are monitoring transmission of Zika virus and working to address the problem of the lead crisis in Flint. Several are serving on the front lines of refugee crises in Europe and in the Middle East. Michigan graduates can be found at the WHO European Regional Office, at Epicenter, a non-profit organization created by Doctors Without Borders to conduct epidemiology research and respond to emergencies and epidemics, and at the Al-Noor Hussein Foundation, the Institute for Family Health in Amman. I know that today's new graduates will carry on the school's legacy of excellence and innovation in contributing to public health. Graduates, you've been remarkable students, and we are pleased that you have chosen the University of Michigan School of Public Health for this phase of your education. For all of you wonderfully supportive relatives and friends, let me tell you just a few things about the class that is graduating this weekend. They number 367, and soon they will become the latest members of an alumni body exceeding 15,000. Our graduates come from a remarkable, are you ready for this? 112 universities and colleges throughout the world. Our graduating class includes citizens from 16 countries outside of the United States, including Burma, nobody? Canada, China, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Germany, Guatemala, Hong Kong, India, Kenya, Malaysia, Mexico, Nicaragua, Taiwan, the UK, God save the Queen, and Zimbabwe. And Ghana. The single largest contingent of graduates comes from the University of Michigan, but in the ecumenical spirit that characterizes our school, we are pleased to acknowledge that many of our new graduates did their undergraduate work at another nearby school. I am, of course, talking about Michigan State University. I also hear tell that there are a couple of Buckeyes lurking in the shadows. Each year, 2 graduating students speak at the ceremony on behalf of the entire graduating class. It is my pleasure to introduce the first of this year's speakers, Munmun Khan, an MPH candidate in health behavior and health education. Munmun.
This is a spectacular view. Thank you very much, Dean Filbert. To our family, our friends, our faculty, may peace be upon you. And to my family, I thought this would be the perfect surprise, but you've probably read the program by now. I hope this makes you proud. And to my friends and colleagues, class of 2016, we've made it to the finish line. I know there were probably times where we asked ourselves if this day would come. We probably asked, what am I doing here? What is the purpose of this? Am I going to make it? And if you're in 8 a.m. biostats, you probably asked this quite a few times. Truth be told, as a first-generation college student, and now as a graduate student, I asked these questions a lot during my first year. Being surrounded by brilliant colleagues like you and exceptional faculty, I often thought that the moment would come and all of this would be taken away from me. I questioned if I had the capacity to contribute a novel idea. I questioned what are my true motivations for the work that I wanted to do. And I questioned if I could really make an impact on the world. Perhaps some of you also shared these thoughts. Here at SPH, we all want to do a world of good. Or at least I hope we all want to do a world of good. But in order to do a world of good, we must center the good within us for the work that we want to do. We must ensure that the impact that we want to have on the world matches the values that we have in ourselves. On this stage 2 years ago, novelist Alice Walker said, "It is stabilizing to be one's true self. You don't have to disappear in order to be accepted." This notion of authenticity is one that I found myself grappling with during my summer internship in Ethiopia. I was working on a project looking at the gaps in health and legal services for survivors of human trafficking. My research partner and I interviewed over a dozen different professionals from diverse disciplines, looking at how can we work together to improve services. This experience challenged me in many ways, but it also let me know of the privilege I have as a Michigan student. I realized that authenticity meant being transparent, engaging in intentional listening, and also acknowledging my own limitations. My favorite scientist, William Sanford Nye, also known as Bill Nye the Science Guy, said, "Everyone you will ever meet knows something that you don't. Respect their knowledge and learn from them. It will bring out the best in all of you." The future of global health equity will depend on both innovative and authentic partnerships. Dear friends and colleagues, my hope is that as we go forward to do a world of good, we remain grounded on the foundation of public health, which is committed to social justice and health equity for all.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce the second of this year's student speakers, Grace Noppert, a PhD candidate in epidemiologic science. Grace?
Thank you, Dean Filbert. Let me begin by extending a very warm welcome to all the friends and family here today. You are the reason we can walk across this stage. You've been patient with us as we stayed in school for what many of us has been the majority of our lives. Today is the day you get to stop wondering when we will ever be done. And many of you probably feel like you're earning this degree by proxy. Not naming any names, Mom. And you sort of are. So thank you for your endless support and encouragement, and for reminding us that some dreams are worth spending years working towards. Welcome also to our faculty. You are our mentors, our teachers, our life coaches. Throughout these years, you have been the source of endless advice and affirmation. Thank you for the hard work and countless hours you put into each of us. It only takes one professor that believes in us, that will fight for us, that will push us to stand up for our ideas. I have most certainly had that here, and I am immensely grateful. Thank you for being here today. We applaud you. And now to you, my fellow colleagues, my comrades in unending schooling, in endless hours of study and research, of sleepless nights, masters of stretching a dollar, congratulations. It is an immense honor to speak to you. Today I want to share a few thoughts that have come to me in the last several months of preparation. For the last 4+ years, we have been told that we are the leaders and the best, the next generation of scientists who will be leading the field in new, innovative directions. And here we are, finally ready to step into that identity. We've spent years studying, and finally today we have the tangible evidence of that endeavor. But let us not forget where we began. For many of us, the seed of an idea began with an experience, a story. We must not lose sight of that. These stories are what will keep us going amidst the failure and isolation that are bound to occur. For me, my story takes me back to my days as a middle school science teacher in Baltimore. It's the faces of 6th and 7th graders I see. It's their voices I hear when I look at my data. It's the staggering inequalities they encounter that keep me going on days when it would be easier to give up. For others, it's seeing an ill family member with heart disease and realizing the social determinants of health are playing out right before their eyes. Still others, it's working in our hospitals and health systems knowing there has to be a better way. What was it for you? There is always a story. One of the wisest statements I've ever read says the following: be quick to listen and slow to speak. As scientists, it's easy to lose sight of the underlying story, to assume we know what the data are telling us. But once in a while, we should take a moment to really listen. Our job as scientists is not to have all the answers. Our job, first and foremost, is to listen to the story that the data are trying to tell, and to do our best to help that message come out. Whether it's the story of an individual with tuberculosis in India or a child getting access to clean water in Flint, without their story, we have only numbers on a page. We have only experiments in a lab. Each row of data, each specimen of tissue is a person with a life and an experience. We need to be respectful of that. We need to be willing to listen. In the unsettling climate of our current society, it is even more critical that we stop and listen first. Our data and research, our unique interpretations are often used as proof and evidence. Do not forget the gravity of that responsibility. The public expects us to weigh in on matters of critical importance to society, and we must. It is our responsibility. It is the privilege that comes with the training we have been so fortunate to have here. But we must do so with caution, humility, and courage. The data we generate, the findings we piece together are guideposts to a public often torn between sides. The environment in which we will practice our science is rife with voices competing to be heard, so clear the noise. Do not try to simplify what is inherently complex. Rather, make the complex clear and understandable to a public looking for answers. As we step into this next phase, whether it be in academia, industry, or public health practice, whether it's here or abroad, let us have the patience to listen, the wisdom to speak only when necessary, and the discernment to know the difference between the two. May we have the stamina and perseverance to always remember the seed that began this work for us. And when the time comes to speak, as it most certainly will, may we have the courage to speak with conviction and humility. Congratulations, class of 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. The members of the School of Public Health faculty, staff, and student body who are here this afternoon represent the dedication and excellence of our School of Public Health community as a whole, and we would now like to take a few minutes to recognize two of them with the conferring of awards for excellence. A long-standing tradition at graduation is announcing the recipient of the school's annual Excellence in Teaching Award. Faculty are nominated for this award by their faculty peers and by their students. I am pleased to announce that the Excellence in Teaching Award is presented this year to Dr. Ananda Sen, and now I'm going to embarrass him by talking about him. Dr. Sen is a research professor. He is not required to teach or to serve on committees, yet he consistently chooses to do so with great energy and with great impact. Dr. Sen is notable for his passion for teaching. His enthusiasm and excitement were described by his nominators as contagious. This is a rare kind of contagion that we in public health encourage, particularly when it comes to the field of biostatistics, which, as many of you parents may not know, is not always described as inspiring. One of Dr. Sen's fellow faculty members told us, quote, "He is inspiring, transformative, exceptionally kind, and genuinely talented in the craft of teaching." Another added, "He has a unique way of teaching through collaboration, which I find incredibly effective and helpful." Among the comments from his students, quote, "It is Professor Sen's genuine desire to share his love of statistics that makes it so enjoyable to be in the classroom with him. I cannot count the number of times he excitedly drew new diagrams and examples on the board to further clarify a challenging topic." Quote, "He truly strikes an impressive balance of warmth and professionalism that is difficult to come by." Another quote, "I chose Dr. Sen as my PhD advisor. and he is already teaching me to come up with new research ideas that have not been studied before. And, quite simply, quote, he is the best instructor I have ever had. Professor Sen, on behalf of the students and faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present you with the School of Public Health Excellence in Teaching Award. We are privileged that the School of Public Health has so many graduate student instructors who demonstrate a passion for sharing their knowledge and experience, making the educational experience a better one for their fellow students. These young scholars and researchers partner with faculty instructors to combine innovative scholarship and research with superb teaching and mentoring. They maintain rigorous intellectual standards while modeling professional integrity. I am pleased to present this year's Outstanding GSI Award to Liz Mosley. A doctoral candidate in health behavior and health education. Here's what student colleagues and faculty had to say about Liz. Liz carries out her tasks with careful attention to detail, thoughtfulness, and enthusiasm. She was accessible to students and fostered their collaborative problem-solving skills. And from another faculty member, in more than 30 years of teaching, Liz stands out as one of the very best GSIs I have ever had. I was able to rely on her to provide leadership and mentorship to the other GSIs as well. Students in her courses expressed deep appreciation for her efforts. One said, she inspires students to challenge the norms and seek innovative solutions to public health issues. What I love most is her passion for her work and for her teaching. Another added, she always has time to mentor and advise students in their career aspirations. She helped me discover my true passion in global reproductive health. It appears it's hers too. And this, from a student on the international internship, quote, from thousands of miles away, I sent a passionate email on the verge of tears to Liz. She responded with words of validation and honesty about the challenges of global public health. Her words calmed me and led me to continue my work in Ethiopia. She leads by example and with authenticity. Liz, on behalf of the students and faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present you with the School of Public Health's Outstanding Graduate Student Instructor Award. I now have the distinct honor and great pleasure of introducing our graduation speaker, Shamsia Ramadan. Thanks to Gary Harper, who we've hidden in the back row there, I met Shamsia on a trip to Kenya last year and was captivated not only by the inspiring, arduous, and demanding work she's doing, but also by Shamsia as a person, and by what makes her able to do this powerful work. Shamsia is a study in contrasts and connections. She has worked for Catholic Relief Services as a Muslim woman in secular settings. She has raised a child by herself, has stood in front of loaded guns pointed at her head, and has worked with people who have held immovable positions at opposite poles from one another. And she has achieved more success through peace than most could imagine through any other means. What I've learned from Shamsia was that you don't have to make a lot of noise to be effective. I was moved by her quiet stillness and deliberate, intentional purpose. She reminded me of the deep dignity of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., who stood at this podium. Walking into dangerous situations and prevailing because of the compelling strength of the selfless philosophy, the conviction of spirit, and the crystal clarity of benefit to everyone. A peaceful world is a healthier world, and for this reason, peace is at the heart of public health. Shamsia has devoted her life and energies to the idea that all lives have worth and that their dignity should be preserved. In the midst of a coarse public debate about Islam in this country and its meaning, she demonstrates what a religion of peace can be and what it can do. Meeting Shamsia amplified for me the fact that we need people who are not just effective, but who are wise and can bring that wisdom to bear on the intricate, delicate situations that create outcomes that would not otherwise be possible. Please join me in welcoming Shamsia Ramadan to the podium.
Thank you. Dean Martin Filbert, faculty, distinguished guests, and graduating students, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. I'm very pleased to be here to join you in celebrating this wonderful occasion. First, I would like to congratulate all the graduates today. Well done. We are all proud of you, but most of all, your families and your professors must be very proud of you. You should be very delighted with yourselves for accomplishing this goal. I know you must all be excited to get your degrees and run out to the world. And I know I stand between you and your degrees. As you join the fraternity that is doing the world good through public health practice and research, I'm here to share with you some lessons that may be of help. You have heard that I'm a Notre Dame student. And as you know, the Fighting Irish and the Wolverines have an interesting relationship, particularly during certain times in the fall. I've come to find out that this rivalry extends also to clothing. In 2012, my good friend, Gary Hepper, sent a gift to me. It was a t-shirt, of course with the name Michigan printed on it. I took the gift, I smiled, I wore the t-shirt, and I posed for a Facebook photo. It was fun reading the comments from my fellow Doma fans. Nonetheless, I'm happy to be here today to share a few stories. Allow me to be your official guide before you take your first steps into the world. And I will ask you two questions. First, what kind of world would you want to see for your children and your children's children? Second, what will be your contribution towards this vision? Answering these questions establishes your true north, your point of reference in times of doubts and challenges. So Munmun, the questions continue. Answering these questions reminds you of the role that you have ascribed for yourself to achieve this ideal world. Answering these questions will one day help you reflect on how much the world has affected you and changed you, and hopefully appreciate how the same world affects and changes others. I will share some important lessons that I have learned. Please note, I am responsible for what I tell you in the next few minutes of your life, but you are responsible for what you choose to do with that information. I'm responsible for pointing to you a door, but you are responsible for choosing whether to open the door or not. So there goes your first lesson. Choices have consequences, and indecision in itself is a choice. In April 2008, I received an acceptance letter to join the Kroc Institute for International Peace Studies at the University of Notre Dame. Despite the fact that I had put in an application, I was anxious about signing that acceptance letter. It meant leaving the only source of income for my son and me. At that time, he was only 10 years old. So do the math. I had to make a decision whether to bring him to the United States of America or leave him behind under the care of my brothers and sisters. It turned out that bringing him to the USA was not an option. I therefore had to decide whether to stay or proceed with the studies. I signed the acceptance letter, which was perhaps a selfish but tough choice to proceed with studies and leave behind my only child. I took comfort in the knowledge that he was in good hands during my absence. At the time, I also had a very important role, leading a team of peace practitioners in peace building and reconciliation after the post-election violence that happened in Kenya in 2007. The project was in its infancy. Peace work is very close to my heart. I felt that my country needed my skills at that time. But again, I believed that the entire world would benefit more with me having more knowledge and skills. I left the initiative in able hands. Had I stayed home, I would have kept my job, engaged my fellow Kenyans in peace building and reconciliation. I would not have missed my son's 11th and 12th birthday, but I would not have earned my degree in international peace studies that enables me to do the work that I do today in Egypt, Nigeria, Niger, Tanzania, and of course, Kenya. And by the way, I graduated on 15th of May, which is my son's birthday. And to this day, I do not regret that decision. 6 years ago, around the same time, I was in your position. My colleagues and I were very optimistic, hopeful, and ready to go out to the world to make it a better place. I was happy but nervous. Happy that after 2 years, I was done with the tedious studies, the long and short papers, all the deadlines. I know you all resonate with that. A few days from my graduation from Notre Dame, I received a job offer from Safer World. I grabbed it. This first assignment required me to travel to Burao, Somaliland, to undertake a conflict analysis and develop a community safety plan. I had mixed feelings about the task at hand. On one hand, I was happy at the opportunity to utilize the knowledge that I had acquired and to improve my skills in peace building. I was to travel to a conflict zone. However, I was more concerned with the task at hand than the risk associated with it. I was like a swimmer who knows how to swim, but is afraid to go to the deep end. I had previously conducted numerous conflict analyses in Kenya, but this was my first assignment out of the country. I did not want to disappoint. I had what-if questions. What if the conflict analysis that I conduct does not meet the expected standard? I knew, though, that my engagement in this work did not have to be perfect. I was going to help the people of Somaliland, and I was ready to move every mountain for them. I knew my work could make a difference. You may not know it yet, but you have immense capacity to make a difference. You just need to have the heart. Don't be afraid to go to familiar places. Trust me, some places are daunting compared to the comfort that you're used to, the internet, the infrastructure in place, access to efficient and effective services. But believe you me, I would encourage you that when an opportunity arises, humble yourself, accept the challenge, roll up your sleeves. Now is the time to move out of your comfort zone. This will not only enable you earn a living doing what you want, but also expand your horizon as you gain the confidence and competency to make decisions and propose solutions based on first-hand experience. Remember that the world expects a lot from you. It will give you a lot, but it will also take a lot from you. You may be away from your loved ones during field research and work in faraway lands dealing with structural injustices around healthcare. The change you wish to see may be slow in some instances, draining you physically and emotionally, but never lose hope. If your head and heart are in the right place, you will make a difference. Lesson number 2, as you go out, get ready for some real-world experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is our world is broken. Diseases, conflicts, climate change are factors that contribute to the broken world. All of these interrelated issues need solutions. And if you have not figured it out by now, let me break it to you. You are the mechanics. We have in the world today polio and HIV, two of the most devastating diseases of our time. Fortunately, some good mechanics have been working, and the devastation is slowly disappearing. Others, such as Zika virus, Ebola, and even yellow fever, remain a health risk and pose challenges to global security. The location of the first case does not matter. We are all connected, and it is therefore inexplicable to just sit and watch and read about those affected and the regions from the comfort of our home. We are also experiencing climate change, characterized by extreme weather, rising sea levels. Temperatures and carbon dioxide contribute to an assortment of health effects, from asthma to chikungunya and mental illnesses. In addition, we have a struggling global health system that needs to be strengthened in each country in a holistic way rather than through a series of disease-specific services. The situation is made worse with the enduring wealth gap that determines health services. Statistics show that globally, the percentage of people living at below $2 per day dropped from 44% in 1981 to 12.7% in 2012. Despite this remarkable progress, the wealth gap is growing, with the world's 62 richest billionaires possessing as much wealth as the 3.65 billion people who make the poorer half of the human population. This health inequality means health inequalities as well, since the poor are more likely to suffer chronic illnesses, fall into financial hardships due to health costs, and less likely to have access to healthy food and health care. These are but a few of the challenges we face in global health and development today. And dear graduates, my plea to you, don't fit in, don't get by, don't stand by, fix it. This is your third lesson. You are the mechanic that must help fix this broken world. One of the problems that I have witnessed over the years is that a majority of human beings are absent in the humanity. They have managed to compartmentalize their lives. They are religious and charitable on Monday, cutthroat on Tuesday, a vulnerable human being on Wednesday, a self-righteous superhero on Thursday, a professional on Friday, a social extrovert on Saturday, an introvert on Sunday. Is there an aspect in you that you have compartmentalized? Have you chosen to ignore certain injustices when they are convenient? How can the world be a better place if we continuously walk away from injustice simply because it does not affect us? Remember, if one person is broken, then we are all broken. Focus on the common humanity and care for others like you would like to be cared for. Lesson number 4, offer yourself wholeheartedly to the world. Allow me to tell you a story of a young man from Egypt. In January 2013, I received news that a friend of mine had died. His name was Mahmoud, a participant in the peace project that I'm directing. I met Mahmoud on my first visit to Egypt. This young man was full of life, full of potential, and committed to work for a better humanity. He lost his life in a political violence during the commemoration of Egyptian revolution. In one conversation, he affirmed to me that he believed in justice and peace and constructive relations between people of different faiths. With a degree in engineering, he was employed in a humanitarian project. He improved the conditions of slums for the poor people in Cairo. He worked to rebuild schools, orphanage, and community centers that were looted and torched in Upper Egypt. His demise hit me when I went back to Egypt, and an avid social justice champion was missing. I learned that at the age of 21, he was the breadwinner in his family. In addition to employment and civic participation, he was involved in his neighborhood, working to improve the life of homeless and needy boys. Mahmoud provided food and made time to talk to the street children. He played games with them. He was their big brother, their role model. Understandably, the children were affected by the sudden demise of their hero. And don't worry, it is normal to get emotional when you're in the field. I thought of the boys in the streets without their guardian angel. My dampened spirits were uplifted when I was assured that if I met the boys, I would see a piece of Mahmoud in each one of them. Mahmoud left a piece of himself in the lives of everyone he touched. And that piece brought about change. After learning how the street boys had been impacted by Mahmoud's life, I went back to Nairobi feeling energized and reminded that not to despair and to keep going on. As you go out to the world to do good, you will meet people and you will connect with them. This helps us to humanize the issues. Zika virus, HIV/AIDS, lack of health services will not be just another catastrophe. Neither will it be just statistics. Sorry, Professor Sen. You will have names, faces, stories, inspiring stories. Connect with people and places as you become a global citizen. In your work, you will face difficulties, setbacks, frustrations. You will experience tragedy too. But in the very difficult moments, remain hopeful. Be inspired by the passion of others, and let your passion drive you forward. Let nothing alter your focus. It does not matter how long it takes for the community, the country, or the world to get to your dream. We may not even see it in our lifetime, but there will be satisfaction knowing that as an individual, you did what you could. Lesson number 5. In the journey that you're about to embark on, your passion must drive you relentlessly. Allow me to conclude with a short story. It is the story of a hummingbird. You probably have heard it. I like sharing it with the people that I work with in the different parts of Africa. In a large green forest, there lived many animals in relative harmony, until one day, a fire engulfed their forest, the home. All the animals took flight to try and save themselves from the flame. While running away, they felt huge despair at the thought of what they were leaving behind, their only home. When they reached a safe distance, the animals stopped to look at the raging fire, destroying their only home. They noticed a movement in the sky. It was the hummingbird, moving back and forth from a nearby water source to the burning forest. And in her beak, she, and may I underline, she, ferried a few drops of water, trying to put out the fire. She flew back and forth, back and forth. The animals looked up in amazement. They all looked up at the tiny bird in disbelief. One of the big animals roared, "What do you think you're doing with your one drop of water?" Without wasting time or losing a beat, the tiny bird looked back and said, "I am doing what I can." I implore all of us to be like the hummingbird. Be a mechanic, be humble, let your passion drive you, and be inspired by the passion of others. Never lose hope. Focus on people, not statistics. Do what you can. If each one of us decides to give the best of ourselves and use the education and opportunities we have been given to address the world's problems, I believe our collective efforts will make the world a better place. As you engage in this work, you will make good friends, learn new things, and maybe even get married and have a family. No matter what challenges or opportunities you encounter, there is one critical variable: you. What kind of change will you make? The decision is yours to make. Good luck and congratulations, University of Michigan School of Public Health, class of 2016. Thank you.
Thank you seems so inadequate. I'm certain that those words will linger with our graduates and will have a deep impact on their lives and careers. And now, for the moment that you've all been waiting for. Presentation of the candidates for degrees from the University of Michigan School of Public Health. Associate Dean for Research, John Meeker, will present the candidates for degrees of Doctor of Public Health and Doctor of Philosophy. During this recognition, candidates will carry their hoods to the stage and will be draped with the hood by a member of the faculty. Senior Associate Dean for Administration, Sharon Cardia, and Associate Dean for Practice, Phyllis Meadows, will present the candidates for Master of Public Health. Associate Dean for Practice, Phyllis Meadows, will present the candidates for Master of Health Informatics. Senior Associate Dean for Global Public Health, Matthew Bolton, will present the candidates for Master of Health Services Administration and Master of Science. And at this moment, I would like to recognize my predecessor, Dean Ken Warner, who will leap up from time to time to greet his students.
Dean Filbert, on behalf of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Natalia Blanco Herrera, Pathogenicity and Sporulation in Vivo Patterns of Clostridium difficile. Miata A. Buxton, Inflammation during pregnancy and its association with preterm birth in Mexico City. Rito Brodo Das, Efficient inferential methods in regression models with change points or high-dimensional covariates. Christine K. Green, Characterization of A. Baumani environmental survival and biofilm formation and the impact on environmental transmission. Erica Christine Jansen, Early Life Determinants of the Age at Menarche. Sarah Ketchen Lipson, Understanding and Addressing Unmet Need for the Mental Health Services in College Populations. Trish Komen, Air Pollution Exposures and Cardiopulmonary Health. Does excess weight enhance risk? Yancy Lowe, Statistical Methods, Analyses, and Applications for Next Generation Sequencing Studies. Rebecca Jill Mandel, Intersections of Environmental and Reproductive Justice, Examining Social Movement Efforts to Protect Vulnerable Communities from Toxic Exposures Harmful to Reproductive Health. Leslie McKnight, Imprisoning Communities Through Collateral Health, Consequences of Mass Incarceration, the Case of HIV. Grace Ann Noppert, Changing the Paradigm, Using an Integrative Approach to Improve the Understanding of TB Control in Michigan. Angie Patricia Perez Martinez, Trends and Surveillance of Adult Pneumococcal Diseases in Arkansas State, 2000 to 2013. Lindsay Regina Poole, The Health Consequences of Negative Wealth Shock During Late Middle Age. Emily J. Hewitt, Exploring Sexual Orientation Disclosure to Healthcare Providers Among Sexual Minority Women. Yan Zhou, Statistical Methods for High-Dimensional Network Data Analysis.
Dean Filbert, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Public Health degree. Susanna Belinda Chan. Nancy Kasovi. Shaila Chiba. Ian Patrick Dumont. Nicholas Michael Gould. Tilo Rate. Grace Corticia Dopoli. Megan Christina Edmonds. Mercedes Deanna Dunn. Kenneth Maurice Pass. Salamawit Nuri Miscano. Courtney Coleman. Matthew Savage. Ariel Judith Saws. Max Ong. Daniel Bader. Rachel Forche. Elizabeth Catherine Timosek. Kristen Hosfeld. John Philip Lee. William Weichsel. Christopher Mills. Anthony Sue. Andrew Dyer. Eve Rachel Burstein. Roseanne Shu. Lindsay Terhar. Jessica Chi. Jordan Alexandra Wynn. Ann Messer. Akita Badwar. Kara Marie Nordberg. Feng Yao Li. Pin Pin Chao. Sissy Wang. Ning Ding. Xin Wang. Ebony Marie White. Brianne Bruford. Courtney Lynn Davis. Lizelle Salazar. Stephen Carls Richard. Diane Renee Kohler. Samantha Elizabeth Greenberg. Rebecca Lynn Mueller. Peter Joseph Drummond Siglerick. Daniel Kanunki. Adam Bruce Eichmeyer. Jack Andrzejewski. Hannah Eve White Gordon. Sarah Ann Barakskas. Sarah Shaw. Landy Roop. Anna Rebecca Strong. Megan Elizabeth Jensen. Munmun Khan.
Bei Wang. Ruth Elizabeth McDonald. Kathleen Marie Koviak. Erin Renee Shelton. Christine Ellen Jacobson. Michelle Grohe. Margaret Dowling. Carly Tannhauser. Victoria Seffrin. Megan Hogikian. Leah Dunkel. Dana Sims. Bhumi Bukta. Adrienne Kalsi. Anjali Hota Dusika. Ajwala Kulkarni. Jane Wong. Peggy Korpula. Arcana Dachicharan Batwaj. Marie Kumaril. Sona Jani. Mabel Marie Monahan Cooper. Stacy Madeline. Michelle Hahn. Sarubi Rajaram. Sophia Tanae Tassima. Anam Chaudhry. Amal Hamut. Matthew Anthony Fillery. Maria Teresa Dean Chi Tran. Jana Stewart. Kristen Jane Harden. Elise Suzanne Mara. Emma Sel Goodhan. Samantha Jean Badderth. Caitlin Justine Sykes. Kylie Blue Carpenter. Caitlin Kamstra Finan. Siri Helene Peterson. Christina Kubrowski. Elisa Nicole Smith. Caroline Grace Evasijan. Ashley Brooke Bemis. Jennifer Vitchik. Jill Palladino. Abigail Schachter. Tahiyya Alam. Jaspreet Upal. Emma Murray. Farah Erzuki. Karen Lynn Dove. You had all that one. Nicole Francis Deere. Anna Pollock Gotchlick. Gregory John Folks. Mindy Lee. Susanna Albaca. Baca. Susanna Sabo. Yeah. Carla Lukektik. Claire Race. Allison Renee Rogge. Jennifer Lynn Labar. Julia Slesinski. Kelly Borton. Rebecca Marie Addison. Molly McDonald. Stephanie Ann Williams. Rachel Cady. Kristen Maurer. Emily Moore. Jessica Lynn. Tejusi Patel. Aaron Andrew Vanderbo. Ilona Argirian. Vivian Marie Stewart. Marisa Maftu. Phoebe Harpainter. Monica Peterson. Charity Haynes. Haley Mullins. Dan Freckling. Kaylin now you know I know your name. Yusataki. Khalil Shadid. Marissa Cloutier. Ela Shruti. Ashley Miller. Rena Marie Steiger. Patrick Coit. Hewan Yoon. Carmen Fernandez. This is mine. Jifeng Shao. Jing Shu. Amanda Schulte. Michael Fortunato. Lauren Kunstner. Kayla Tutor. Allison Jensen. Pooja Midha. Claire McNamara. Ashley Bomau. Ariel Shoshana Weiss. Ellen Deborah Hefner. Amanda Ashley Kogowski. Rebecca Greenberg Hazen. Lisa Marie Beecher. Nicolette Gabriela Feta. Amanda Wright Izquierdo. Dustin Farr. Megan Slowey. Elizabeth Tuma. Christine Michelle Convery. Alyssa Hartzell. Allison Chan. Amy Collier. Elizabeth Frame. Nicole Haug. Aparna Ghosh. Aaron McDougall. Mark Zugabi. Jesse Concheras. Cole Grabo. Lal Shiraz. Kartik Vikram Bhatt. Michael Adam Aaron Laurie. Madi Quasno. Abigail Thomas. Katrina Espiritu. Yakin King. Dongqing Wang. Nan Lin. Xinwei Li. Sarah Gillette. Julie Ann Campbell. Sarah Bassioni. Catherine Sutcliffe. Courtney Dewart. Jennifer LaRose. Dean Filbert, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Health Informatics degree. Joseph Godlew. Justin Gilliam. DJ Petrovic. Abir Samad Vikar. Hanwei Bo Yang. Nancy K. Hammond. Kathleen Eleanor Marinan. Anna Victoria Myers.
Dean Filbert, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my distinct pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Health Services Administration degree. Glenn Ogletree. Andrew Scott. Veronica Marsich. Carolyn Grace Smith. Mohanad Mahamhami. Gregory Michael Wanuk. Stephen Fisher. Erica Vidge. Bright Ravindran. Ryan James Stillion. Christopher Lee. Jeffrey Bryant Chin. Amanda Carey Seltzer. Kathleen Teresa Ellero. Vahe Gregorian. Michelle Reiser. Snigdha Parchuri. Jonathan Waller. Rory William Landis. John Mason Pruting. Jennifer Nicole Dingle. Pauline Doe. Elizabeth Kunkel. Avery Caldwell. Jack Trent Goldman. Jake. Alex Wood. Tanya Taveras Alcantara. Ye Zhong. Jennifer Lynn Frost. Amy Childers. Christina Hopt. Christina Huang. Louisa Marie Walcott. Sarah Marie Zolar. Maxwell Holden Jones. Angela Wan. Shekinah Hawkins Singletary. Dean Filbert, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my distinct pleasure to present the candidates for the degree Master of Science. Irina Degtiar. Xiao Brenda Xie. Carly McCabe. Jessica Wu. Yawin Chong. Stephanie K. Saylor. Evan Michael Hill. Nathan Joseph Cohen. Richard Ryan Evans. Lauren Atsesnik. Anita Pundit. Michelle Marie Hood. Rose Putler. Yuan Liu. Ming Tong. Jingshu Shu. Weishen Feng. Gong Liu. Pin Li. Lan Luo. Michelle Jean Early. Rakar Carwin Tabor. Michael Stephen Badzilo. Adam Dean Jacob. Michelle Ray Kleckner. Emily Charlotte Hector.
Please stand. Congratulations, class of 2016. Please be seated. And now I'm going to invite the graduates to stand up, turn around, find that familiar face, and thank them. Please be seated. You'll see them in a few minutes. Graduates, you are going to accomplish extraordinary things, and we are eager to celebrate those achievements with you all. All of you are going to make a difference. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce you to a School of Public Health alumna who is demonstrating what it means to make a difference, whose own work is improving population health and helping to improve access to health care. Marianne Udall Phillips is director of the University of Michigan Center for Healthcare Research and Transformation. She is also chair of the School of Public Health Dean's Advisory Board and a trusted confidant and resource to me and to the school. Marianne, I invite you to the podium.
Thank you. Straighten me out. Thank you. It is such a joy for me to be here today to share in the congratulations of your wonderful achievement in graduating from the University of Michigan School of Public Health. Congratulations to all of the graduates and to all of your families. But most importantly, it is my pleasure today to welcome you to what you now are, University of Michigan School of Public Health alumni. Congratulations. Or, as we are sometimes known from those who I think are jealous of us, welcome to the Michigan Mafia. You will succeed in your life's journey and your commitment to public health through your own abilities and talents, your own heart, through the learnings that you got here at the School of Public Health, but also through the partnership with the 15,000 of us who are alumni of the School of Public Health. We want to help you on your journey. We know you will be successful. We want to see the wonderful things that you can do to improve our health across the country and across the world. It is a great privilege and honor to be a graduate of this school. It is a testament to your hard work. But as you go out to fulfill your life's mission, please don't forget those who will follow you. Remember the students who will come after you to also try to help improve our world. Please give generously and often to your fellow graduates coming up. And when you get that phone call from the University of Michigan School of Public Health, which you will very, very soon, remember the wonderful experience that you had, the wonderful ability you have to make a difference. And please, go blue.
Thank you, Marianne, for those inspiring words. You make your alma mater proud. In a few moments, we will conclude this celebration with a fine send-off from the University of Michigan Men's Glee Club and from our organist, James Kibbe. Let's give them a round of applause. And when we do, we ask that the audience kindly remain seated until all the graduates have left the auditorium. We invite all of you to join us immediately after the ceremony for a reception outside this auditorium under a tent on Ingalls Mall, just across the street from the Rackham Auditorium. Graduates will be exiting the east doors of Hill Auditorium towards the courtyard. So that all of our guests can exit the building comfortably, I encourage you to meet your graduate at the water fountain or under the tent in the courtyard rather than directly outside of the doors or in the lobby of the auditorium. I'm delighted to remind you that as a part of the School of Public Health's commitment to protecting and improving the environment, all of the plates, cups, napkins, and flatware are made of 100% compostable materials. So, please be sure to deposit the leftover food and used serviceware in the yellow compost bins. Graduates, I've had the privilege of getting to know many of you. And I have a profound sense of your intelligence, talent, drive, and fundamental goodness. The challenges before you are many, and some may seem insurmountable. As public health professionals, this is the problem with technology. As public health professionals, you will face the challenge of working in a complex world where we have medications to treat a wide variety of diseases, but where millions of people don't have access to health care. You will face the challenge of new and proliferating technologies that can be both helpful and a hindrance. You will face the challenge of injustices that are as old as human civilization. You will have to use what you have learned to help individuals, communities, and decision makers understand the difference between data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. You will have to use the best available tools in technology, but at the same time, make personal connections. Rather than simply seeking the causes of disease, it will be your mission to understand the root causes, and where possible, to address and redress those root causes. I mentioned earlier that our School of Public Health is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year. In our first 75 years, the people who have passed through our halls have indeed done a world of good. We've developed vaccines, created safer workplaces, and contributed to the understanding of infectious diseases and their spread. We've partnered with communities to reduce health disparities. We've helped unlock the mystery of the human genome. We've addressed issues of healthcare access, quality, and cost, and much, much more. It is now your turn. I look forward to learning how you will contribute to a world of good, to repair the world. I know of no greater calling than bettering the life and the health and well-being of your fellow human beings. It has been an immense pleasure and indeed an honor to work with you here in Ann Arbor during this phase of your careers. Thanks to this School of Public Health, we are now permanently connected. That's a good thing. Connected to each other and to this remarkable place. Please stay in touch. Congratulations on your graduation, class of 2016.
Serve, to probe the unknown.